and salutations. All praises to the Most High. So this video is an instructional video in response to a question that as we transition into the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High in my household. And the question was, why do women have to wear dresses? Because as we know in Scripture, an Israelite woman is bound by the law to dress as royalty, just as we are bound by the law as Israelite men to dress as royalty. And there are certain dress codes that come with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to delve into some scriptural scenarios and teachings on this subject. So enjoy. And I'm doing this video for my daughter, but it's more so a video that's also can be used as an instructional video for all females who come into the knowledge of the truth and want to follow behind what the Most High wants them to do, as opposed to following behind what the enemy, Satan, the devil, wants them to do. So let's delve into it.
So who are the Israelites? Well, I put it this way. They are God's chosen people. That's what they are. That's what the Israelites are. So let's read this real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So when you read the Bible, when you read the Bible from front to back, who is he addressing when you read the Bible?
Everybody.
Is he? I'm not gonna say just black people, because it's not about color. It's about the bloodline. So you read the Bible, he's addressing one nation of people.
The Israelites.
The Israelites. So we haven't disclosed who they. We say they're the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and I can prove to you through the Bible that's who they are. But God is addressing the Israelites front and back through the Bible. You got Moses; he was an Israelite. You have Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You have Ezekiel. You have all these Jeremiah. You got a bunch of different prophets. They're all Israelites. And then you get to the New Testament. Christ, he was an Israelite, right? You have Paul, he was an Israelite. You have Peter. You have all the way to the book of Revelations. Every person speaking was an Israelite. So it was all addressing one people. So now we got to figure out these people, if God's only addressing them, why are they so special? And who are they? We got to figure out who are they today. So who are the Israelites today?
Us, black
We
people.
are.
Black people.
We are.
Yeah.
How would you know that we're the Israelites today?
How will we know? We don't. You got to read the Bible. It's not going to tell you that.
That's true.
It's not.
Very true. Because they don't tell you this every day that so-called blacks and Hispanics are Israelites.
No.
Or the Jews. When they say the Jews, who do they say? The world. Who do they say the Jews are today?
The Jews. The Jewish people.
The Jewish people. Caucasian people. They say those are the Jews. But they're not. But read this.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So God is speaking to the Israelites. He said that he chose the Israelites to be a special people. So it's special, it's just an ordinary people. Is that equal to somebody else? If I say you're special, are you equal to her?
No.
If I say this little girl's special compared to you, she's not equal. So God's saying the same thing about the Israelites. He says that he chose the Israelites to be special above all people. Right?
Unto himself, above all people.
That grow up and learn how to carry themselves as a wife, as a modest woman. So I highly suggest y'all stick around. 2 seconds. Can I read one thing to y'all? One more thing. Go to 1 John 5 and 3. Real quick. Y'all love God?
Yeah.
Y'all love God? How do we love God? How do we show God we love him? Can I give him a hug? I can't give him a hug or kiss or nothing, right? So there's a way that I have to show God I love him, right? Prayer. Okay, what about sisters back here? How do you show God you love him? Pray. Okay. All right, let me show y'all something real quick. 1 John 5 and 3. Got that?
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So the Bible is very direct. It's going to tell you how to do everything you want to do. So it'll tell you how to get eternal life. It'll tell you how to love God, how to serve God. So he said, this is the love of God. Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
So he said to love God is to keep his commandments. So if you're not, go to 2 and 4, 1 John 2 and 4. So if I'm not keeping his commandments, am I loving God? No. Understand, our people have been taught the wrong way to serve God. We've been taught that I can just praise him. They're taught lip service is what it means to get to God. But it's not lip service. Doing the commandments, is that an action or words? Action or words? Which one is that? If I'm doing it, it's action, right? So a lot of times we're taught that we can just praise God with our voice. But no, it's more than that. It's actions I gotta take. So if I want to show my wife I love her, I can't just tell her I love her. So say for instance, I'm abusing my wife, right? And I say, I still love you, but I'm still smacking the hell out of you every day. Do I love you? Not at all. So understand, what Christians teach you is wrong, because loving God, you have to show him you love him. So read this.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
So he that says he loves God and keepeth not his commandments, go ahead,
is a liar.
So he said, he that say he loves God or knows God and keeps not his commandments is a what? Read it again.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
So what is he? He's a liar. Now, a lot of times our people get put in this position where they fit this description because they weren't taught properly how to serve or love God. Because we just read that you must keep his commandments to show you love him. Is that clear? That's very clear, right? But in churches, they don't teach you that. So I'm going to read one commandment real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Because understand, when y'all first came up, I made mention that our black women or Hispanic women, we're taught how to be women based upon what the media pushes. So the icons in the black community right now is Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, whatever other names we got out there. They're all dressed like whores. They're all promiscuous. They're teaching our women how to be baby mamas and single parents. That's what they're teaching our people. So this commandment right here would break that cycle, would help our sisters. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. No woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So the Lord has a dress code for his people. He said the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, and a man should not put on a woman's garment. So what is a woman's garment that a man should not put on? A dress. So if I was to be wearing a dress, would you take it seriously?
No.
Right, so it's a commandment, right? The commandment says that I cannot wear what you are supposed to wear. A dress, right? A woman's garment is a dress, right? So read the top.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth.
Read from the top,
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman.
So this is the woman, right?
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So now we gotta ask, what pertains to men that women should not wear?
Pants.
Pants.
Baby.
Pants.
Baby, that's what I wear. So y'all don't want me to come to y'all church because I got on pants.
No, God said. Did I say that? Did I write this? Sis.
I know.
Let me ask this question.
The other one's got on pants.
Understand, sis. Remember, I made the point before. Sis. Let me ask you a question. Remember, I made the point before. We're a product of our environment. They taught before the 1950s, our women did not wear pants because remember you had the feminist movement, right? Look at these pictures. Come over here real quick. You see the pictures? They're wearing dresses. That's what they're wearing because our women never wore that. Why? Because the so-called white man, Amelia Bloomer, through the feminist movement, taught our women to be equal to the man and to fight for rights to be equal to the man. But the Bible never ordained that. So guess what the women started doing? She started wearing pants. And guess what they used to push the feminist movement? Our women. So guess what? That's why you see so many strong black women that are against their men. They don't need no men. You see what I'm saying? That's why women are wearing pants today and are so masculine today because they've been taught and they've been following the white woman for years. So when our women hear that they're not supposed to wear pants, we are much stronger. But understand, the commandment says that women should not be wearing pants. That's a commandment. So is that something that's easy to do or hard to do?
For me, it's hard.
For some people it is hard because you've been wearing it for how many years? You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, if you love God, you'll do what? You'll change. And that's the thing that the Lord's looking for. He's looking for, go to Isaiah 1:16. The Lord's looking for us to change. Remember, the reason why our people are being oppressed today and why oppression continues to go on is because we don't want to change. We want to do what's comfortable for us. Trust me, when I learned about what I learned about now, I learned when I was 19. So there's a lot of things that I didn't want to change. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to do. You got partying, you got all types of stuff I could have been doing. But guess what? I got married, I had kids, and I learned how to take care of my family. I'm learning how to be a man and teach my people how to serve God. So naturally, I don't want to do that. But I understand that if I want to show God I love him, I have to change. And that's what our people have to learn. Read this.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil.
So the Bible says we must cease to do evil. Put away the evil that we do. And the evil that our sisters do that they may not know is the pants. Because guess what? When a woman wears pants, what is a man looking at? When you wear pants, that's what they're looking at. They're looking at your butt. They're looking at your butt, right? So in our society, you have like I mentioned those people in the media that teach us to be our women to be whores, basically. They're shaking their butts on every video. But guess what? Our sisters are letting their little girls watch these videos. So when you see your little daughter shaking her butt, you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. But you got some women that push that on their kids. They say, you know what? It's funny. That's not funny because when your child turns 15, she's gonna be pregnant. You're gonna be looking real stupid trying to take care of that kid for her because she's too young. You see what I'm saying? So these laws are here to change our people.
That's right.
So it's not hard to do. It's not hard for our sisters to put on a dress because we have the most beautiful women in the world. There ain't no women on this earth that look better than our people. Not one. But we debase ourselves by putting on the apparel that these other nations put on. That's for them. Let them do that. We gotta show that we're above by carrying ourselves that way.
That's right.
Finish read verse 17.
Verse 17. Learn to do well.
It said learn to do well. That's what y'all are doing right now. Y'all learning to do well. So the Bible says put on a dress, don't wear pants. Guess what? You're learning to do well.
That's right.
It may be difficult, but guess what? It's nothing too hard. Go back to 1 John 5 and 3. I want to show you something. We read about loving God, but it's something that we didn't read at the bottom. Read that.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Y'all hear that end part? It says his commandments are not grievous. What's grievous? They're not hard. It's not hard to do.
That's right.
It's only hard when we make it hard.
That's right.
If I can't take off, if I say for instance I wear dresses, right? If I can't take off my dress, it's because of me. It ain't got nothing to do with God. God says my commandments are easy to do. It's because you make it hard. So y'all got the flyer? Y'all all got flyers? All right, check out that flyer. We have a school. We have a school right up the street.
And y'all got a dress that we can put on over our pants.
I know y'all got dresses. I know y'all got dresses. So I would love to see y'all. I didn't catch y'all's names. What's your name?
I'm Rita, Savannah, and Tony.
That's the mom and those daughters. That's the mom and those daughters.
All praise. So mom, since you're the mom, you gotta set the example. You gotta set that example. So
We wear dresses. She just said
but understand, the Bible says you always wear it. My wife hasn't worn a dress in 5-6 years. My wife hasn't worn a dress in 6 years. I mean, pants. I'm sorry, thank you. Pants in 6 years. 6 years. So set that example because understand, you want this little girl to grow up the righteous way, not the right way that you think is right, but the way that God says is right.
Now, I wanted to go into something real quick. There are other, excuse me, my voice is messed up today. There are other quote unquote religions that over the centuries have copied the Israelites by way of these things that we're talking about when it comes to the way that their women dress. Some of these other religions, their women dress more correctly and in close knit to what our scriptures teach than we do in today's society and Christianity and all of these other off-brand religions, because a lot of us don't know that we're Israelites, so we're not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And I'm going to show you where in the Quran they teach their women to follow our customs, and I'm going to prove to you where they got it from, or the narrator is going to prove to you where they got it from. Watch this.
We need to understand here that the rules laid out in this verse all precede each other. They follow each other. They go hand in hand, basically. And
now he's talking about a verse in the Quran, but watch this.
This is why God says guard, which means to cover and protect their sexually stimulating gaps, and not to display their zinatahunna, with reference to their sexually stimulating gaps.
So he's talking about the way that God wants women to guard their sexually stimulating gaps, meaning when a woman wears pants, there are certain things that you can see as far as her leg area and in her crotch area, to be frank, that you cannot see if she wears a dress. So when God says in their Quran, when God is saying guard their sexually stimulating gaps, what he's saying is cover those gaps so that they can't just be seen. But I'm going to let him tell you.
What makes this even more evident is the word display in Arabic is yubdin. The word yubdin specifically means to display something that was hidden. And this is why in 722, for example, God talks about Adam and Eve and how they ate of the tree, and when they ate of the tree, their bodies became displayed to them. The bodies were hidden. Then,
wait a minute now. Is he referencing Adam and Eve? Didn't Adam and Eve come from the Bible? From our Bible? From our Torah? He's referencing Adam and Eve. In explaining this particular thing here, he's referencing Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve's origin didn't start in the Quran. Adam and Eve's origin started in the Bible. This is what I mean by other religions even know where the truth comes from. It comes from the Bible.
Then they became displayed. And so similarly, God says for the woman to cover and protect, guard her sexually stimulating gaps, and not to display.
Let's play that for you again.
And so similarly, and when they ate of the tree, their bodies became. The word yubdin specifically means to display something that was hidden. And this is why in 722, for example, God talks about Adam and Eve and how they ate of the tree, and when they ate of the tree, their bodies became displayed to them. The bodies were hidden, then they became displayed. And so similarly, God says for the woman to cover and protect, guard her sexually stimulating.
So we're going to branch away from the Quran because we're going to go back to the Bible, because that's where everything originated. See, all of these other religions is only copying the one true, valid laws of the Most High God that come from us. But I digress on that particular thing.
What does that have to do with Jesus? It
Numbers 15:38. God gave the black man, black woman, Latin man, Latin woman a dress code, and we are commanded to obey his dress code, opposed to following the world's dress code. Right, black man? With your pants below your butt? What kind of fashion is that? I never know. Numbers 15. Let's start there.
Numbers 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
If you ever see the American Indians, even those old movies, they always wore fringes in their garments. Go ahead. And this is why. Because they are the people of the book. Just as we are. Come on.
Throughout their generation.
Meaning always. Go ahead.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So once you put the fringe down, you put a ribbon of blue on top of that. Many times they would our people would cut the hem up as fringes and then lay the border of blue over it. All right, that way the fringe wouldn't tear past that ribbon of blue because it would hold it right there. Everybody understand that?
Right.
Come on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
Come on.
That you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So the fringes have a meaning behind it. Right. It symbolizes the keeping of God's commandments. So when you look upon the fringes, you are to remember the commandments of God. So in order to look upon it, where they got to be? Are they tucked inside your trousers? No. I hear some of y'all saying some simple stuff. Well, it's inside my pants. So I know it's that. No, don't be simple. That's not what God said. Come on.
And do them.
And what?
I'm sorry, from the top. It shall be unto you for a fringe, and you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
Come on.
Seek not after your own heart.
Now this is what I want all y'all to hear. And that you seek not after your own heart. Meaning what? Your own mind. Go ahead.
And your own eyes.
And your own eyes. Go ahead.
After which ye used to go a-whoring.
After which you used to go a-whoring. Because growing up, where did blacks and Latinos, where do we get our styles from? Based on what we see. We look around and we look at society and then we just flip it a little bit. White man got a hat, we got a hat, we tip it to the back. We always look to see what's out there and we just put a little spin on it. Okay? That same way with the black women, how they dress. They look at Essence Magazine. Essence Magazine look at Vogue Magazine. Everything blacks and Latinos do, they look at white society and see where they can get how to dress, how the fashion trend is. God said, as Israelites, we are not to be like that. Read that part again.
And that you seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you used to go a-whoring.
Okay, after which you used to go a-whoring. That's the same, the history with Achan, who saw a Babylonian garment. God said, don't wear that. The Negro stole it and buried it and hid it in his tent with his wife and kids.
I'll wear it later.
He said, I'll wear that garment. Don't think the Most High just sits on his throne with a sheet. See, a lot of us can't imagine what the Most High be wearing. He is the, give me some words.
He
is the trendsetter. You gotta imagine him sitting on a throne. Every few seconds is a different garment. The Most High is bad. He is the epitome of fashion. And the Bible, get me that in Ezekiel. Hold on, we're coming back to Numbers, but get Ezekiel, you know what I want, 16, I think it's 40, about how the nations viewed us when we dress.
Verse 10, I clothe thee also with broidered work.
Broidered work, meaning finely designed, fashionably designed work.
And shod thee with badger's skin. Mm-hmm. And I girded thee about with fine linen. Mm-hmm. And I covered thee with silk.
Some of y'all thought the Chinese invented silk. Mm-hmm. No, that came from our forefathers and our foremothers. We wore the silks. Go ahead.
I decked thee also with ornaments. Mm-hmm. And I put bracelets upon thy hands.
Right, the bracelets, that was all us. When the bracelets for men is different from the women. This is what, when we wore bracelets, this was an example, but we wore real gold, real silver, with real diamonds and gems in them. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And the chain on thy neck.
And so you want to know why people like to wear chains? That's in our spirit. It's in the Bible. That's how we always dress. Go ahead. Now, if you're going to get robbed, So you gotta watch out for a broke Negro today. A Negro is so coveted, he'll see an angel come from heaven with diamonds and gold. He go, yo, let's rob that nigga. Forget the wings. Forget the wings. Just rob him. That's how people get down. Take the wings too.
Trying to steal rims off the chariot.
Go ahead.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead.
Right, because when we wore headbands, we had the jewels was there. The women wore headbands as well. They had jewels in them. Go ahead.
And
that's like when you see the old American Indian, the way they used to dress. They didn't just have a strip of leather. They had diamonds in them things.
Yeah, gold sewn in their clothes.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears.
Mm-hmm. We wore earrings.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And a beautiful crown upon thine head.
Come on.
Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen, and silk embroidered work.
Here you come.
Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful. And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
We prospered into a kingdom. Go ahead.
And thy renown.
And your fame. The word renown means fame. And your fame. Go ahead.
Went forth among the heathen.
Went forth among the heathen. Go ahead.
For thy beauty.
For thy beauty. All the heathen envied the Israelites. We were always the trendsetters. They followed our dress code. Mm-hmm. So that's why now repenting now, we got to get up, we got to step up on our game.
For it was
Zephaniah 1:8. In case somebody want to be dumb, I could wear my pants below my butt and look like a coon Sambo if I want. The way you dress tells you, when you see a brother with a black suit and a bow tie, generally, what is his faith? Muslim. Okay. When you see a dumb Negro with a goofy and 4 dirty shoelaces, what is his faith? He's following a so-called Jew. Okay? Your dress, the way you dress, symbolizes or represents your state of mind, your faith. That's why God says this in Zephaniah 1 verse 8.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Right. The Most High is serious about that dress code. He said, I'm going to punish them clothed in strange apparel, because the way you dress represents your faith. Back in the day, you knew a hoe when you saw a hoe. She had the high heels, she might have had the fishnet stockings on, cleavage was showing, right? Red lipstick. There was a way they all dressed back then, but now a lot of them dressing like that, so it's hard to tell. What the hell is this? You see a guy with a white outfit on and a stethoscope around his neck. What is he? Right. The way you dress tells what you are. When you see a Negro with his pants below his butt, what is he? I'm sorry if I offend someone.
Sorry, first says, listen up. Read.
For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Now, what we get into, men should not wear what women wear, women should not wear what men wear. My brother, what do women wear that you're not supposed to be wearing? A dress. What else? Lipstick, makeup, high heels, panties, anything, bras, all that stuff. Do we see men walking around wearing that thing today? Right. And what does it say the Lord feels about that? Come on, read it in.
For all that do so,
the people that do so
are an abomination.
That's an abomination. God hates that thing. Now, sis, what do? Hold on, sis. Yes, we're gonna get that next, okay? Now, what do women wear that men wear that they're not supposed to wear? If men cannot put on a dress, what do women wear that they're not supposed to?
We're not supposed to like put on boxers.
Okay.
Not cut all our hair off, trying to look like a man.
All right.
Let me see.
What? What'd you say? Pants.
That's right.
To wear pants.
Women not supposed to wear pants.
I thought my auntie was sanctified. They never, so I can't wear shorts either.
No, because what is short for? Short what? Short pants. That's what that means. You revealing your body to everybody out there. I can see everything. You understand? Watch this. 1 Timothy 2:9. This is important because we're getting into imagery. Our people need to see positive images in the community. Do they not? What's more positive than represent yourself after God, after the daughters of Sarah? What's more important than that? What's more positive than that? Nothing, right? Watch this. Come on.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also.
In like manner also.
That women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
What does it mean to adorn yourself in modest apparel, sis? What does that mean? It means to put on clothing that doesn't attract sexual attention. You familiar with Genuine, right? He got a song, In Them Jeans. What you think the sister was wearing that he was thinking about when he wrote that song?
That's about wearing some skin tight.
She was wearing skin tight jeans. Guess what? Your shorts are skin tight. They're not modest. They attract sexual attention. You understand? No. But you understand? No, there's no way for a woman to wear modest shorts. Yes, every day.
Well, you can't ride her there and rape you.
No.
I'm saying I don't give them easy answer. Yes, they will.
Now listen, sis. I understand that you have that issue, but guess what? You can wear something to cover up. Like, for instance, if you got leggings, short leggings, to wear up under your dress, so they don't have
when
easy.
It's cold, we never supposed to wear pants.
You can wear pants because remember.
My auntie them was sanctified, and it ain't how they wore. They never wore
pants, right?
So yeah, they
guess what? Even when we was in slavery, guess what? You don't see our sisters wearing pants. You see them wearing dresses. Okay? You understand that thing? Now.
They got on panties right there.
No. That's a brother. He getting tortured right there. That's different. You understand? Oh yeah. This is what I was referring to. Watch this. You see these sisters? This is during slavery. They picking cotton in their dresses. That's the most backbreaking.
On my Facebook, they said unemployed me. What's your like occupation? I got picking cotton, working the cotton.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're saying. Slavery. All right, now, sis. Now, watch this. Watch this. Read it again.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves.
Women put on
in modest apparel.
Modest apparel. Why? Because what you show, what you wear, dictates who you are. Understand? Watch this. Proverbs chapter 7.
Also, that women adorn themselves.
Women put on
in modest apparel.
Modest apparel. Why? Because what you show, what you wear, dictates who you are. Understand? Watch this. Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 9. Might be verse 10. Okay? Because, sis, what did we read earlier about you can tell what somebody is based on their look, right? Based on their attire. In the Bible, there's an example of that. Read that. Come on.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
With the what?
The attire of an harlot.
What is a harlot? What would we call that nowadays? We would call that a whore. We would call it a thought, right? With the attire of the harlot. Meaning, you got a uniform for a hoe. Meaning, we can tell what you are by what you're dressing like.
Leviticus 19:27.
When you, we get that next. Now, when you dress a certain way, people look at you a certain way, and so does God. God don't want you dressing with your behind out, with your thighs out, so everybody can see what you got going on. You're supposed to cover yourself up so that men do not try and get you for sexual encounters. You understand? Because, right, and they respect you different. Because I guarantee you, Genuine was not making that song In Them Jeans about marriage.
That's right.
What was he making that song for? He was talking about getting in them draws.
That's
you understand? Go ahead.
29.
Read the book of Leviticus.
19:29.
Chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
This is another law of God to keep that from getting into our community. So read it again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Prostituting your daughter doesn't just get into letting her go out and have sex. It starts with your attire. Because remember, we didn't read about no sexual activity yet in Proverbs, but she had the attire of the harlot, meaning she was broadcasting, advertising to everybody around.
They trying to tell God like she was somebody that's dirty because she like acknowledged him and cleaned his feet off with her hair, and he was like, you was free from all your sins. And
you married I understand what you're talking about. That was her humbling herself and showing repentance. You understand? That's what that story was about. But we're talking about how our sisters need to be in this day. Come on.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
To cause her to be a whore because it's cause and effect. If you have the attire of a harlot, you're going to end up acting that out. You understand that thing? Because eventually, man, somebody going to wear you down. They're going to come in and holler at you. hey, mama, you looking real good, blah, blah, blah. And they gonna try and get in them jeans like Genuine said, right? You understand? You done did that before. I done did it. He done did it. He done did it. We all did it. You understand? We looked at a woman. We saw she was dressed. We said, she's available for sex. That's all. Come on.
Lest the land fall to order.
Lest the land fall to order. What do you see nowadays? Do you see people honoring marriage in the community, in the black community, in rap music? No. What you see wow. That's the land falling to order. You see single parent households. That's the land falling to order. You understand that thing? That's on that?
It's getting hot outside, but you still got to keep the laws of the Most High. You still got to dress modestly. It's no reason why you should be wearing a shirt with your cleavage out, or it's no reason why you should be wearing a skirt and it's not modest. Everything should be modest with fringes, a ribbon of blue, and you should always make sure it's not tight-fitting. Make sure, you got to ask yourself when you wake up in the morning, if you're struggling with modesty, is this modest? Is what I have on modest today? Can a man look at me and lust after any parts of my body? That's what you have to ask yourself. So I'm going to just show y'all examples of what's not modest as an Israelite woman, according to the law. Let's see. Okay. Here you go right here. This is not modest. No matter what you do, no matter if you put a shawl on top of it, you put some fringes on it, if brothers can see your cleavage, then that's not modest. It's no way around it. It's not modest. Of course this is not modest. Of course we know that's not modest. This damn sure is not modest. I don't know what this is. That look a mess. It's not modest. You can't have your cleavage showing. You can't, look, perfect example right here. You shouldn't be like this in a picture or out talking to anybody, and you're in the truth, you representing Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Nobody should see your cleavage like that. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Okay? This is unacceptable. Same thing. Nobody should see them 2 lines in your cleavage. That ain't for nobody but your husband. And if you don't got a husband, just save it for your future husband. It's your body. Shouldn't nobody see it? Now let's look at examples.
What's your true nationality? You're from the tribe of Judah. You already know. Did I speak to you last time you were there? No. Okay, all praises. How you know you're from the tribe of Judah?
Because I know I'm chosen.
You know you're the chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Hey,
come down here, sister. Okay, check this out.
Just come in. I'm not playing with you. Come on.
All right, listen.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
So what's your name, sister?
My name is Tamia.
Tamia? Okay, I'm Officer Ben Zion. How you doing, little sister? What's your name? Amaya, okay. Tamia? You said Tamia and Amaya, okay. I'm trying to remember that. All right, so this was God requires of you, sister. Listen.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel.
It said now Tamia, Israel, you know you're an Israelite, right? You know that you're from the tribe of Judah. All right, listen what God's saying.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So what does God require of you, sister? All right, listen.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
First you got to learn how to fear God. So you don't fear him right now. You don't. You got to put fear. God don't have to. You don't want God to put his fear off in you. All right, he directed you. How you know we was down here? You can hear us speaking, or you heard us, and you said, "Look at here. Let me go down here." All praises. All right. So listen.
To walk in all his ways.
First, you got to learn how to fear God and walk in his ways. Let's see what the Bible means when it says to fear God. Give me Sirach. Give me that one. I like that one. Psalms 119 and 120. This is what it means to fear God. All right? You got to. It's time for you to start being scared as hell, sister. For you to know that you're an Israelite. You see all these people walking around here, they don't know who they are. You see all these people driving around these nice Cadillacs, nice old school car, nice new school car, Lincolns, Chevys. They don't know that they're Israelites, but God put this seed in you along. How long you been knowing you was Israelite? Since you was 13. All right? So God put this seed in you for you to hear this word right now today, 2017, since you was 15. Listen.
The
book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 120. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
See, your flesh supposed to tremble from the fear of God. Meaning you're supposed to be scared as hell. Read.
And I am afraid.
You got to be what?
Afraid.
You're not afraid right now. All right?
Of thy judgment.
You got to be afraid of what?
Thy judgment.
You got to know if you don't keep God's commandments, he going to do what? What God going to do to you? He going to judge me. He going to judge you. He can put you to death. He can give you any kind of sickness in your body. So it's time for you to do what? It's time for you to come back to God, sister. You know you're an Israelite. It's time for you to come back to this fold, okay? All right? Give me Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5. You're not going to learn that in the Christian church. You're not going to learn that in school. You're not going to learn it nowhere. Only place you're going to learn it is real men coming out to the streets to tell you that. All right? Okay, so don't shy away from your cousin trying to tell you the truth, okay? All right? So God got a message for you right now. Listen.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Get that young man the flyer right there. Give him a flyer.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The woman should do what?
Not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what is that scripture talking about? That's right. So you got to do what? You got to do what, sister? You got to come out of those what? Pants. Okay? All right? Listen. How you wake up, you're going to have to lead by example. Okay? She's going to have to see Tania. She's going to have to look and say, dang, Tania changed. Tamia, she changed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to lead by example, sister. All right? Before you're able to teach her, you're going to have to lead by example, okay? Let her see you dressed in a dress modest, okay? Read that again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So, man, a woman is not supposed to be wearing pants. You hear that, sister? You as a woman, as an Israelite woman, you're not supposed to be wearing shorts, pants. Listen. All right, give me 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Let me show you how you should be dressing, sister. Hey, it's time for us to change. We can't want change in our community, but we don't want to change. You understand that? All that stuff, it takes you to change. Because you change, she going to look at you and change. Because she look up to her big cousin. So it's going to take you to change. Then when she change, one day she going to have kids. She going to teach her kids with the truth. And that's what's going to change our community. All right? Each one got to teach one. All right? Listen.
That's right. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
See, the black woman, you as a princess on this earth, you got to learn to adorn yourself in modest apparel. You know what it means to be modest? Okay, modest means to be covered up. So it's time for you to cover up. You shouldn't be showing every man walking down Buchanan Street the shape of your behind. All right? You shouldn't be showing them the cleavage. The only person supposed to see that is your husband.
That's right.
That's how you end up getting a baby daddy and not a husband, because they see your behind or your cleavage or the front. They see that and they want to hit it. Then when they hit it, they mess around, get you pregnant, and then they go on to the next woman.
That's
but
right.
if you dress modest, you put on a dress and cover up, guess what? He ain't going to say nothing to you. He going to respect you like the woman you are. But as long as you dress like that, he's not going to never respect you. Do you understand that, little sister? Amaya? Maya, do you understand that? So if you want a man to respect you, it's all about how you dress and it's about how you carry yourself, okay? All right, so you got to come out the little bitty shorts, all right? There's nothing wrong with wearing a dress, all right? They come down below. They got sundresses you can wear, all right? What you wear now, those are leggings. Leggings are really was underwear back in the slavery days. The white man made it a fashion, okay? That was really what women wore under their clothes to keep from being cold, okay? During the winter and during the fall, all right? When they had to get out in the fields during the fall and chop cotton and stuff like that, all right? So when you turn your head, I said you got a hickey on your neck. And you look very young. You got a hickey on your neck. And you look very young. How old are you? How old are you? You 12? And you having sex when you let somebody suck on your neck. All right? God got you here for a reason, sister.
That's right.
Understand that. Pay attention to God. He's talking to you right now. Read that again.
Verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked.
All they want to do is suck on your neck and suck on whatever else they can suck on.
That's right.
It's time for you to come out of that, sister. You got to tell that nigga, no.
That's right.
I'm a princess of God. I ain't let you do nothing to me.
That's right.
So you don't want to end up pregnant and then that nigga go on to the next one.
Right. That's right.
Sucking on somebody else's neck while you laid up, belly big as hell.
Yeah.
9 months. You don't want to be like that. Understand that, sister. Understand that. It's time for you to grow and be different. Read.
Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it.
They say do what?
Avoid it.
What the Bible just say, little sister?
Avoid it.
The Bible say what?
Avoid it.
You gotta avoid them wicked niggas. All they trying to do is suck on your neck. Put hickeys on you. It's time for you gotta avoid it. How do you avoid it? Don't go over there, don't answer the phone, get off Facebook. Get off Snapchat.
That's right.
That's how you avoid it. You a princess. Don't let no man use you. Don't let no little boy use you. That's what the older men supposed to be out here teaching the young woman. But guess what the older men doing? They chasing you. They ain't got no sense. They chasing you. You'll end up with a disease. Didn't the Bible just say that? If you don't do what the Bible say, the Bible just said you're going to end up with herpes. You can't get rid of herpes. Syphilis. HIV. AIDS. You're going to end up with that. Understand that if you don't change, this is God speaking to you, all right? This ain't your mama. This ain't your daddy and stepdad. All right? This is God speaking to you. Whatever sex, sister. This is what God said he going to do. Listen.
Also, every sickness.
He said every sickness. HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea, herpes.
Bring it up.
This stuff is serious. You got smartphones, Google it. Google it. See what it look like on you. They got something out now called a blue waffle. You don't want that mess, and these niggas toting it, and they can't wait to give it to you. They can't wait till you bumped up just like they is. They don't care nothing about giving it to you. Read.
Right.
And every plague which is not written in this book of the law.
That's what's going to happen, sister. If you keep doing what you're doing, and you don't change, you keep smoking weed, and you keep having sex with young boys, or letting them fill you up. I don't know exactly if you're having sex, but if you're letting them fill you up, or young girls, because...
We should have learned a lot from this video. But in case you need me to sum it up really quick for you, because I think it was summed up as to why women have to wear dresses. Because that's how you show the love of God, is by keeping his commandments. So let's go to John. Let's go to John 14 and 15, where it says, if ye love me, keep my commandments. So if you have to ask yourself, why do I have to wear dresses? John 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. That's what the Most High says. Then we go to John, 1 John 5 and 3. 1 John 5 and 3 says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. What does grievous mean? It means his commandments are not difficult. They're not hard. They won't grieve your spirit if you have the spirit of the Most High. Ezekiel 36 and 27 says, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. So if you have the spirit of the Most High, you're going to want to walk in his statutes and keep his spirit and do them, because he put his spirit in you to want to do that. Let's go to James 1:22. Why do I have to wear dresses? If ladies, if you want to ask this question, why do I have to wear dresses? This is another answer. James 1:22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own self. So you have to be doers of the word, not just hearers of the word. You sit there, you sit in Bible study, you sit in church, you hear the word, but you don't want to do it. Again, John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. It's the same way with your parents. If you love your parents, you will not be disobedient. You will not embarrass them and put them in a bad way because you love them. So you're going to do what they ask you to do and be an obedient child. An obedient child is one who loves their parents, loves them enough to do what they're asked, what is being asked of them to do, more than they love doing what they just want to do. It's a selfish person that always thinks they're going to get to do what they want to do. Because what you want to do may not be what's best for you. The Most High knows what's best for you, keeping His commandments. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. This is Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to talk to you today about the garments. Many of you inquire about the garments. You've written us. You've called us about the garments that we have. I'm going to show you where they originated from, how they were designed, who sold them, put them together. When you read 1 Ezra chapter 4, verse 17, it tells you about women that these make garments for men. We established a system here with Deacon Malachi of Israel United in Christ over the garments. He and his wife Zuriel. So he's going to take on a short journey and show you about the garments.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. I'm Deacon Malachi, head over the sewing committee in IUIC. All right. The elder put me head over the sewing committee. Over the years, the spirit been jumping on me. I really love the garments. And how it started, how the garments started in IUIC. Is I went to my wife. I like, listen, I want you sew me garments. So she. The first garment she saw wasn't all of that, but eventually she started getting better and better and better, and so from there the elder starts seeing, the garments, how they looking and so forth, and like, yo, listen, have your wife sew garments for the brothers and for us to go to camp and so forth, so that's where the garments started in IUIC, headed by me, the elder, he draw the plan or a sketch of how we want the garment made, and I bring it to my wife and we put it together. So it's been a long journey, but we are getting there,
Shalom, my name is Sister Zuriel from the House of Deacon Malachi. I've been head over the sewing department for many years. Under the supervision of my Lord Deacon Malachi and Elder Nathaniel, I put the garments together that the elder designed. Because we have to sew garments for all the state, under the guidance of the elder wife, Sister Shamara, she gathered all the sisters together to get the garments done.
Hi everyone, I'm Shamara. I'm Elder Nathaniel's wife. I'm from the tribe of Judah. When I think about all the progress that we've made over the past several years, it really makes my heart really feel really heavy with joy and happiness. I'm so proud of all the work that everyone's put in, obviously led by Sister Zuriel. I tell you, 5 years ago when this all started, it was just a thought. Ironically, we laugh about it when we think about what we used to wear when we first had our first joint Passovers. Zuriel and her husband, they joined us at our home, but we just wore regular street clothes in the beginning. And it was just 3-4 families. So gradually, when we all got together, we all started with basic garments. And Zuriel wasn't really in charge of the team then. It was really some brothers just getting together, deciding what they were going to wear. And the rest of the congregation really didn't participate in wearing garments. So the Most High blessed her with a gift that has obviously increased over time, and we are more and more grateful for it. Yes, yes, we have designs and we have ideas going towards the future. But when you think in terms of things that we've done in the past, so when you think cream and gold, green and gold, silver and navy blue, and then to this year with the white and gold, I mean, the brothers look sparkling, they look like diamonds. I just think that it just was a level of perfection and professionalism that cannot be denied by anyone. The uniformity of all the looks, with all the different levels from the elders, the deacons, the officers, is really, bar none, the best about all the camps that are out there. Obviously, under the direction of my husband, Elder Nathaniel, he has a vision. He's had a vision from day one. He spoke about how a garment is not something that you just wear when you just go out to camp. The water blue and fruit is something that you wear throughout. Obviously, for special occasions, new moons, Passover, you're going to wear these glorious garments. But with the sewing team, we have gone far beyond that now. We sew shirts water blue for all of our customers through original royalty throughout the United States and beyond. We've come up with a bunch of sisterhood that really have gotten their training over the years, based on some pitfalls and some trials and errors throughout the years. There was one particular Passover where about 20 sisters all got together in Florida under obviously Zuriel's direction and did about 15, 20 garments in 2 days. I mean, these are the things in terms of dedication and the love of the brotherhood with the unity of the sisters that are going to make these things possible. Obviously, going forward, we would love to have our own manufacturing plants, our own designers. We really are blessed, Most High is bringing in enormous talent to the body that, just shows this is the time. This is our time right now that really we can get this job done. The sewing committee, with all the sisters that we have some professional seamstresses, we have some professional designers. So we've only really just scratched the surface and really just looking forward to see what the Most High brings us to the next level. And I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Thank you.